Did you get an explanation in the first on the Polanco non-third call strike?
Yeah, I said it was a foul ball. Yeah, and it hit the dirt.
Other questions? We'll get you the microphone.
Hi, John. Just looking broadly at these past 2 days, what would you point at for what went wrong, or an area where you needed something to really happen here for you?
Needed Chappie to have better direction on a couple balls off his bat. Needed to not get picked off second. Needed to get big hits when we needed to. 1 run in 2 games, 1 extra base hit isn't going to cut it. They didn't do much today. I think they had 1 ball in the air. Some ground balls found some holes. And, yeah, it's this time of the year, it's timely hitting. They got it yesterday with Royce, and they got it today with Polanco and Carlos.
And then just beginning with the pitching strategy today, moving from Jose to Yusei, was that the spot that you had targeted going in, or what went into that plan and the decision to go there? Yeah,
we had a few different plans in place. Jose was aware of it. He had electric stuff, tough to take him out. I think with the way that they're constructed, you want to utilize your whole roster, and it didn't work out. I think you can look at it broadly and say it didn't work out because they scored 2 runs when we did make a change. You can also look at the fact that it didn't work out and we didn't take advantage of at-bats we had with runners in scoring position. So you can sit here and, second-guess me, second-guess the organization, second-guess anybody. I get that. I get that, and it's tough, and it didn't work out for us today or yesterday. But that's baseball. Sometimes there's 29 teams that are going to say the same thing when the season's over. But yeah, it's a tough way to end the year.
Mike, do you have a question?
Just about the pickoff at second base. I mean, from day one of spring training, you guys emphasized the little things and the controllables. And how disappointing is it to have what was one of your only real chances to score get snuffed out like that? Yeah, it's tough. You get arguably, probably your best hitter at the plate. Sonny's at the end of his pitch count, probably his last hitter. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. As much as we talk about it, we've talked about it since February 14th. I think that we can all look each other in the face and say collectively we fell short of executing what we wanted to do. So it's not for a lack of information or prep. In that moment, that can't happen.
To your left, John, with Ben.
John, obviously a tough loss for the group entirely, and this comes with transition for this team with some guys going, potentially into free agency and from there. What conversations, if any, will you have with the group, or have you had with the group at this point?
Yeah, was in there for a while with them. It's hard, you never know when you're going to be together, right? And I think what people who don't play don't understand is what you go through every single day, good, bad, or indifferent. And you get a unique opportunity every year to play with a group of guys. I think the way that they stuck together through a lot of ups and downs this season speaks volumes to the people that are in that clubhouse, not just the players. And it was nice to hear a few of them, say the same thing, as well as myself and the staff. It's hard, and it's hard for every team but one every single year. It was a great group. It'll always be a great group. I say that every single year, but pretty special between veteran guys and guys that have been here for a while. And for me and for the staff and the organization as a whole, you're disappointed that group can't go any farther.
And I know it's unfair just a few minutes after to kind of ask you to summarize the season, but where does this land for you right now, just as far as the season ending so abruptly?
Yeah, whenever you're not holding a World Series trophy, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid and your season's over, and it's brutal. I do think that with the guys that are here and that will continue to be here, the more often they can be in these situations, it's going to be great for them going forward. So in talking to them, how they can slow situations down a little bit more and more with each game in each year that they're in the playoffs, that's a good thing. But I do think that when the season, ends so abruptly, when you're so invested and you care about the people that are in the room and the people that you work with, it sucks. And it takes a while when you head home for everything to kind of wear off.
And Carlos Correa had big plays in each of these games. How impressive is he when he's out there playing short.
Yeah, he's good when he's in the field.
John, just for a little illumination, what are some of the things that you guys liked, or what led you guys to prefer Yusei in that spot to Jose?
You look at kind of overall body of work. You look at how unique their lineup is, left and right-handed, and you look at what we have in the bullpen, right-handed especially, versus their right-handed hitters. So in a short 3-game series, you're trying to utilize everyone the best that you can, and today it didn't work out for us.
And just in terms, you mentioned it was tough to take Jose out. Is the way he was pitching, could that have prompted you to deviate from that thought process?
Yeah, I mean, I know that, the way that the game is played today, there are a lot of numbers involved and there are a lot of opinions involved. And I think that, not only us as an organization or me as a manager or us as a staff, we've showed throughout the course of the year that, you trust people. It's not cut and dry every single day. And whether that means a guy goes a complete game or he goes 6 or 7 innings as opposed to 4 or 5, it's I think it gets torn apart a little bit in a game when your season ends. But yeah, I think it's you have to try to take your best chance every single time. Every decision that I make or we make as a staff, as an organization, is trying to win. And when you don't win, I understand the reactions and the opinions that are out there, but it's you have to look at everyone and what they've done all year, and you're trying to put them in good spots.
That said, as Jose was going the way he was going, does it get more and more difficult for you to say, yeah, this is what we knew we wanted to do, but is this still the right thing to do?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Jose was probably arguably the best stuff he's had all year, and coming into his former team and place that he's familiar with, it was it's tough to watch it unfold a little bit. But at the same time, I think that when you're so diligent with your work and you trust the people that you're working with and the people that you're kind of going to battle with, both on the field and off, you just try to make the best decision that you can for the guys that are on the field to win. And Jose understands that. He is about as good of a competitor as you can get. You look at our entire starting staff, that you can say the same about all of them. Wanted nothing more than for Chris Bassett than to be on the mound tomorrow. But yeah, I think it's as it unfolds, it's a fine balance of being consistent and convicted with what you think is right and what's going on in real time.
I'll finish up quickly with Caitlin.
Hey, John. Just, guys on this team, Bo, Vlad, Cavan, some of those guys are still kind of looking for their first playoff win. Is there anything that they can still take from this experience and continue learning from it? And is there anything connecting some of those losses that you see?
Yeah, I think what they can learn from it is, how attentive you have to be, how every, decision at bat, play, is going to get kind of scrutinized, good, bad, or indifferent. And, every year when teams are moving on, it's players sometimes that you do expect and you count on, and players that you don't expect are making big plays. So I think going forward, we have all the confidence in the world in the young group that has come up with us to be in those spots, to make those big plays. And I think what they can take from it is just the fact that you have to be, on a very high sense of urgency with everything that you're doing.
John, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the season.